poppin' glizzy gang, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hello. Today we are gonna be beating faces and catching cases, but we gonna beat the case though, because we gonna be so beat that they can't deny us. Do you hear me? All right, let me stop talking and let's get into the video. Here we go. All right, so today I'm gonna kind of just freestyle a look. As you can see, I already have my eyebrows on and they're just how I like them, so I'm not gonna change them, do anything to them. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. And I guess I can kind of just talk to y'all because I'm at the house by myself and I don't have anybody to talk to, so why not? Today I'm gonna be tapping into my James Charles Morphe collab palette. I'm obsessed with this. James really did that, and if you're asleep on this, you need to wake up, sis. Let's sister slay with this palette, and we're gonna go ahead and jump in with this light pink right here on my MAC 223 brush. I think that's what it is. I'm just kidding. It says, I said 223. This says like 286 or 266. I really can't tell because it's like faded from being in my kit so long. But I'm gonna just use this as a nice color for all over my lid. I wanna do something fun and bright today. Like, why not? What should we talk about, y'all? Should I do a story time? What would be a funny story time? Like, I really have a terrible memory, so I don't really know if I could do that. Let me tell you about when I went to the post office the other day. This probably isn't like, this isn't gonna be one of those story times where it's just a fun story time, but it's actually quite sad because I left crying. So anyway, I went to the post office because I was shipping off my orders for Glam Glizzy. If you didn't know, I own a beauty company and it's called Glam Glizzy Beauty. If you didn't know, I own a beauty company. It's called Glam Glizzy Beauty. You can shop down below, and I make homemade lip glosses or handmade lip glosses, and yeah, they're all made with love, so why wouldn't you want one? I had to go ship off the orders, but before I could ship off the orders, I needed tracking numbers. If you don't know what a tracking number is, it's the number provided to you from whoever you're purchasing from to track your package to see when it's gonna arrive at your house. And to me, that's very important to have because of course people want to track their package. Like, I want to know where my stuff is, so give me my number, sis, right? I ran out of tracking numbers and I usually run through them pretty fast just because I have a lot of sales. Like, I'm so grateful for that, and it's really crazy to me to even be able to say that, but I run through a lot of tracking numbers, you guys. And in Memphis, because that's where I live, everything is just so hard for no reason. Everybody in the city just makes stuff more complicated than it needs to be, and people are just so lazy and don't want to do their job. Recently, I moved back with my parents because I don't like living by myself, and the post office that's closest to their house is literally like, I don't know, a few minutes away, so it doesn't take me long to get there. It's super convenient. It was something that I was really happy about when moving back, right? I'm gonna take this hot pink color and go ahead and pop it into my crease as well. The post office is closer. It's more convenient for me to you know, ship off orders, so I was excited about that. And I had been going to this post office for a few months and you know, never had any problems, whatever. So the time comes for me to go get the tracking numbers, to go re-up on the tracking numbers. And mind you, I've had my business for like 2 years, you guys. Like, I know what I'm doing at this point, and I've done majority of my business by myself. Like, I've sold over almost 7,000 glosses, all made by hand, shipped off over that many orders, all shipped off by me. Like, I'm always there shipping off my orders, so I know what I'm doing is what I'm trying to say. At this point, I already have bad anxiety going into the post office because I don't know if it's like this where y'all live, but people at the post office are just so rude for no reason. Like, they're unhappy. Like, and I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do to freaking change the choice that you made. I did not tell you to go work at the post office, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with working at the post office, but have good customer service. I've had several instances where I've been to other post office, and they're just all around rude, right? Like I said, I already have bad anxiety going in here. It's early in the morning. I usually wake up around like 5:30 or 6 and start my day. So around this time, it's probably like 9:30 or 10 right when they open. And I had about 65 orders. So that means I need at least 60 to 65 tracking numbers. Okay? Follow along because I kind of suck at telling stories. But I'm asking her for the tracking numbers. I get in there, it's my turn. I ask the lady for about 65 tracking numbers, whatever. And she tries to act like she doesn't have any. Keep in mind, you guys, tracking numbers are free. Just like you go in there, you can get boxes to ship your stuff off. You can get like the freaking custom slips. Like all that stuff is free. I'm gonna go in with this purple first. Back to the story. Like I was saying, she tries to act like she doesn't have any tracking numbers. So she bends over and there's like a tracking number roll under her little desk. And I'm pretty tall, so I can see over the counter. And there's clearly a whole roll of tracking numbers. Now, you guys, at the post office, they print their tracking numbers off of the computers when people come in and they're trying to ship off an order. So I'm really confused as to why this lady is acting like she doesn't have any tracking numbers or that she can't give me any when they're free and I'm a customer and you're supposed to have good customer service, and you see me with my basket of 65 orders that I have to ship. So regardless of if you give me the tracking numbers or not, you're gonna have to print off 60 to 65 tracking numbers, or you could just let me do it at my house at my own convenience. And yeah, you know, the lady she's probably in her 50s. She goes back into the back room for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm just standing out there waiting. There's people in line, there's other workers there. You know, I would say there's about 10 to 12 people in there with me. She returns back with another lady, and I'm assuming this lady is some kind of manager, maybe. I don't really know, I didn't really ask, but this is where I kind of got frustrated. And even talking about this is making me, it's like triggering me because it's so disappointing. And y'all are gonna see why. And you can tell me if I'm wrong down below, because there's nothing wrong with me being wrong if I'm actually wrong. But just listen, y'all. I'm gonna take this darker purple and also put it in the crease. Well, I'm gonna pop it on the outer corner. She comes out with another lady, and this lady just already, like, I could tell by her demeanor walking to the desk to come speak with me that she was gonna have an attitude, right? So, mind you, I've been to the same location and I've also picked up tracking numbers from the same location, and I have not had a problem. So the lady comes up to the front, and she was like, the lady that was originally helping me was like, well, ma'am, I can no longer help you. Maybe she can help you a little bit better, so you can go over there. And like, she literally said it like the rudest fucking bitch in the whole world. Like, you didn't have to do that, and you didn't have to have an attitude. I literally am in here asking you to do your job. You know what I mean? Just a side note, you guys. Since I've owned a business, since I've been 18, going on 19, like, I know what good customer service is, and to me there's no excuse, because as a young entrepreneur, if I have a better work ethic and better customer service than you, and you're like 50 something, there's just something wrong there. You know what I mean? That's not acceptable. I walk over to the lady. I didn't even, after the other lady told me to slide to the left or whatever and talk to the manager, I'm assuming, I didn't even say anything to her. Like, I was just kind of done with it at that point, because I'm like, you went all the way in the back. Mind you, I heard laughing and snickering and giggling and shit in the back. So I'm already frustrated and already on 10, because it's like, why are you back there for 5 to 10 minutes fucking laughing? The lady's like, ma'am, we can't give you that many tracking numbers. And I'm like, why? Nobody has answered this question. No, still to this day, nobody has answered why they couldn't give me that many tracking numbers. And I've been doing this for the past 2 years and never had a problem. Then she gets to going about ordering the tracking numbers from the USPS website. You guys, I tried that before, and it took 2 months for them to send my tracking numbers. And I feel like that's very inconvenient for me. Why in the hell does it take 2 months for you to send me a pad of tracking numbers that are free that you should already have stocked up at your stores? Like, you know what I mean? I just didn't see no point in freaking ordering them off the website anymore. And so she's in the middle of explaining this to me, and just so she didn't have to waste her breath and my time anymore, I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I already have an account with USPS.com. And last time I tried to order, and she's like, ma'am, I'm not trying to be rude and cut you off, but since you cut me off, da-da-da-da, and she just starts going off. And keep in mind, this is an older black woman, okay? I'm a young black woman, a young black entrepreneur. So to me, and especially growing up in Memphis and knowing what racial tension is, going to a predominantly black school and then transferring to a predominantly white school, you just know certain stuff and certain things disappoint you. You know what I mean? So not even to make this about race, but this is a very true topic and it's very real in the city I live in. So I'm just being honest, you guys. I'm in line and she's still talking and still getting smart with me and stuff. And at that point, when she like cut me off very rudely, like all I saw was red. Like, I didn't disrespect you. I was as nice as I could be. I came in nice. I didn't say anything to offend anyone. I'm literally just trying to do my job and get my orders off. When she said that, I said, I am so disappointed in you. As a young black entrepreneur, you see me trying to do my job and you're making it harder, you should feel ashamed of yourself. And I told her, I said, I'm not even trying to make it about race, but I seen the tracking numbers under the desk and I've done this multiple times. So how are you telling me I'm wrong? And why are you telling me I can't get the tracking numbers? Y'all are just fucking lazy, you know what I mean? So the lady keeps going off. And I'm like, I'm done talking to you. I will be contacting corporate and you don't have to speak to me anymore. Like, I'm done. Stop talking to me. So at that point, I grab my basket of 65 orders and I make my way out the door, and everybody in there was just fucking quiet because they knew this lady was wrong. As I'm walking out, the lady is still talking about the fucking USPS website. So I'm not even really tuned into what she's saying. I open the door and I fucking walk out and my face just fucking feels like it's on fire. Like, I'm raging at this point because it's like, I'm trying my best to ship my orders out and get my stuff done, and you're making it so hard because you don't want to do your job. Like, do y'all feel my frustration? I already can tell that I'm getting worked up talking about it, and I'm not trying to, but it was just truly disappointing, or just a terrible experience, you know? And now I feel like I can't go back to that location because it's like, this is how you treat your customers. I don't want to do business with you or business at this location. Y'all already took enough of my money. I go to the post office at least 2 to 3 times a week. Y'all don't deserve my business or my customers' business because they pay for shipping. I'm here just trying to get their orders off for them, trying to do what they paid for, you know what I mean? So, whew, I'm out of breath, y'all. Let me take a breath. I don't know if y'all watch Yoga with Adrian on YouTube, but this is completely like a totally different topic. If you have bad anxiety and you get worked up or in a moment where you feel like you're about to pop off on somebody, take your middle finger and your thumb, or your ring finger and your thumb, and this is a breathing exercise. I like to do it with my middle finger just because it feels more comfortable. My nail is so dirty from this damn eyeshadow, so don't mind that. But take your finger like this, put your nose like this, breathe in this nostril, cover that, let it out this nostril. Inhale, exhale. Like, I already feel more zen. I wish I would have known that in this instance, but no, for real, like, The lady just had me so red and so hot, y'all. I called my mom. I called my mom, she didn't answer. I called my sister, she didn't answer. I called my grandma, she didn't answer. I called my best friend. He finally picks up, and he already knew what was wrong with me. Like, me and Kareem are like this. I called Kareem, and before I went to go drop the orders off at the post office, he already knew where I was going. So when I called him, he already kind of knew why I was mad. He was mad about it too. You know what I mean? Like, your best friend is just trying to ship off their orders, and he knows, like, all the stuff that I've been through. He knows why I have bad anxiety. So, you know, all the people I'm close to get really defensive and offended when people do stuff like that to me, because I'm honestly not even trying to have a pity party for myself, you guys, but I try to be a good person, you know, as best as I can. Like, I'm not a mean person, so when somebody kind of just does that and takes me out of my element, it takes a lot for me to get to that point. And I don't know, he was just mad, and he was like going off. Like, we're both just sitting there going off. He was like, if I was up there, I would have went off, I would have did all this. And he was like, you need to call your mom, because you know your mom doesn't play that. And my mom doesn't. My mom is a Taurus, and she is very passive aggressive, but she will get up in your face and let you know, don't mess with my baby girl. While I'm on the phone, I get a call from my mom. So I'm telling my mom what happened, and she's raging too. I'm gonna go ahead and take this early morning color from ColourPop, and we're just gonna put that on our lid. They were mad too that the lady was freaking rude to me. So my mom was just like, you know, my mom's been working on herself too, and just turning over a new leaf and not letting people get to her, which I really do respect, and it's also part of the reason that I didn't go back in there and go off on that lady. But my mom was just like, take a deep breath, it's gonna be okay, we'll get you some tracking numbers, and there's a post office across the street from her job, and they were nice enough to give her as many tracking numbers as I needed. So that was good. But while she was doing that, I was making my way to another location, because regardless of how upset I was, I own a business, and in business, like, you can't mix your feelings with business. Just like when you're at school, if you're upset at school and you're crying, you still gotta get your schoolwork done. You still gotta stay at school. Like, your parents probably aren't gonna check you out just because you're crying, you know what I mean? I'm on my way to the next location. I get to the next location, and I'm still kind of worked up, because like I said, I was just very disappointed. Not in the fact that I couldn't get the tracking numbers. Alright, y'all, my camera just got overheated, so it cut off. But I wasn't upset at the fact that she wouldn't give me the tracking numbers at that moment or at that point in time. I was more disappointed that you see me, clearly a pretty successful young black entrepreneur woman at that, in this world, and you already know how hard it is. You know what I mean? You know it's hard to even get to this point, and I'm not even anywhere that I want to be yet. You know what I'm saying? But you see me come in here damn near 2 to 3 times a week, because it isn't my first time seeing either of these ladies. Like, they should know me. I'm a pretty regular customer. I'm just disappointed at that, because to me, you are a reflection of me in society. You know, like, is that how you're treating your people? And this is the crazy part, and it has nothing to do with race, because I don't see color. My mom is mixed with black and German, and my dad is white. So just keep that in mind. It's none of that. But like I said, I grew up around a lot of racial tension, and when you first look at me, nobody's gonna ask, are you mixed? They're gonna be like, you're black, you're light skinned, you know what I mean? So I go to the next post office. So I'm just like, hopefully they won't give me no trouble, and hopefully I won't have to deal with just ignorance, you know? I go in there, and at their personal checkout self-service area, they have somebody sitting out there to assist people if they need help. And she was this lady, like, I was on the phone with my grandma, so I was kind of worked up talking about it. My grandma's like, just breathe. I had to step where the freaking P.O. boxes were to take a deep breath before I even went up there to ask anybody for tracking numbers, because, you guys, it takes a lot of guts after having an anxiety attack to go in somewhere and ask somebody the same question that you just literally had an anxiety attack over. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to have to deal with the same rejection again, or just problems and bad energy again. Like, that's really what it was. I'm gonna take my ColourPop BFF liquid liner. I'm so sorry I'm running out of breath, y'all. Like, I'm talking 10 freaking million miles per hour. But and I'm gonna go ahead and pour my glue out, or put some of my glue on the back of this freaking, I don't even know. Boom. I stepped over to get myself together by the P.O. boxes, and I walk up and the lady just knew something was wrong with me because my eyes were freaking bloodshot red probably. I'm teary-eyed. My face is definitely red. I'm hot. Like, you could tell I was definitely having a hell of a day. Morning, rather. And she's like, hey, how can I help you? Like, the sweetest lady in the world, you guys. Like, she took care of me. We got all of our stuff done. She explained the problem to her associates. I got more tracking numbers. My mom got more tracking numbers, and everything was cool. And I'm just thinking, like, why did I have to drive all the way out here to come get tracking numbers when the post office is literally, like, not even that far from my house? You know what I mean? Like, it was just totally, like, inconvenient for me. Now I can never go back to that one. Not that I can't, but I refuse to go back to that one because they don't deserve my business nor my time. And yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about that. And the story kind of continues. Like, when I told my grandma about this, me and my grandma, everybody that I'm talking about in this story, Kareem, my sister, I don't even know if I mentioned my brother, my dad, I didn't mention him, my mom, my grandma, like, they'll do anything for me. Like, I love them dearly. That's why I only have so many friends, and I don't even have friends. Kareem is like a brother to me, and Malia, the girl that I call my sister, is like a sister to me. Like, blood couldn't make us any closer, for real. They always go out their way for me, and they will literally beat you up about me. So they just, I fucking love them. Like, that's all I can say about it. So my grandma's all the way in Seattle. Well, not Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, which is like 30 minutes outside of Seattle. And she went to her local post office, and they were kind of giving her trouble too. So I don't know if it's just like a post office thing, but y'all need to get it together. If anybody is watching this from the post office, can you please explain to me why this is an issue? I feel like it was they handled it very poorly. If I did call corporate, somebody probably could have lost their job. You know what I mean? Like, y'all were literally doing the most for no reason. And that's another reason why I didn't call corporate, because I don't know who that lady's providing for. And I'm not a fucked up person, because she might have a family at home who needs stuff, and she's just there to do what she needs to do, but you need to be better at what you're doing. You know what I mean? Take pride in what you're doing. Need some breath, some air. So I'm gonna shut up for this eye, and I will continue this story when I'm done, because that just took too long to do. Anyway, so my grandma had ended up getting some tracking numbers all the way in Washington just to ship to me in Memphis, Tennessee. And I think I have a clip of how she sent it to me. She literally, she literally wrapped it up like it was some drugs, like in the middle of a calendar, put all the tracking numbers in the middle of the calendar and sent it off to me, and I got them like within 2 days. So I had about 90 to 100 tracking numbers in total. Shout out to my mom and my grandma, like, seriously. And then I had just went online that day, and I was like, even if I gotta wait 2 months for these tracking numbers, at least I have this many to hold it down for now, and a few that are just, you know, randomly in my inventory, so I can make it work until then. To make a long story short, I ordered 1,000 tracking numbers, and I got them all yesterday, so hopefully I don't have to worry about that for at least until the end of summer. That was a lot of talking. For the rest of this tutorial, you guys are going to be listening to some of my new music that's going to be on my mixtape, Inconvenience, and I'm so freaking excited. All the songs are produced by Z-Boy. Z-Boy is like an incredible producer, and just to be able to collab on this project with him is super duper duper dope, because yeah, we've literally been able to watch each other grow for about almost a year now. Like, I think it was almost a year ago when I met Z-Boy. So he's all the way in Atlanta, and I'm all the way in Memphis, but that's my Atlanta gang. So Gang, 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 gang. Shout out to Apollo for linking us, because this tape would not be happening if that never happened. So enjoy. Sorry for ranting for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Only Z-boy, why you fucking snap? Okay. Threw a rock at your window. You started shooting with your pistol. Why you gotta be so hostile? I was tryna say I miss you. See, that's your fucking issue. You always on 10. You always wanna lie and say that I'm your friend. What kind of friend puts you through all of that? That's why I'm always on your ass. Regardless, I'ma always have your back. Don't cuss me out, cause that shit made me sad. Fly me out to go shopping with your ass. Don't be funny, nigga, cut ties with your ex. She a joke and she a broke hoe. I wear Christian Louis and she wear clothes her auntie stole. She wear them $12.99 ponytails from the beauty store. Am I the baddest bitch? That's rhetorical. Yeah, 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 so say your answer, ho. Threw a rock at your window. You started shooting with your pistol. Why you gotta be so hostile? I was tryna say I miss you. See, that's your fucking issue. You always on 10. You always wanna lie and say that I'm your friend. What kind of friend puts you through all of that? That's why I'm always on your ass. Regardless, I'ma always have your back. Alright, Glizzy Gang, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, music listening, whatever you want to call it. Get ready with me. But it's time to part ways. I will see y'all in a few days. Love you. Bye.